Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing great. It is a happy Wednesday. My beard is looking fuller than ever. You know, this only took 3 weeks. Oh yeah. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about a few different things. Today I wanted to talk about a segment. I always, if you've seen previous videos, usually I'd leave my house and start the video right away. And they'd be like, oh, what should I talk about? So now we're just going to do it on the freeway. As going forward, because it gives me at least a few minutes, what is a good tip of the day. So I thought today we would talk about how to get ahead of everybody else in your office, especially when you're starting a brand new job. And I'll let you know a little about my experience. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is, but every time I've ever started a new project, job, career, entrepreneurial pursuit, I am always ahead of everybody else in my, if everybody was at the same starting point, I'm always the first person to make a sale, always the first person to get noticed. So I wanted to break that down and why that is. And there's a few reasons for doing so. And it's simple things. This is really good, especially if you're going into it. If everybody's starting from entry level or the same boat, those are the perfect jobs where, if you want to get a head start and you want to make that first sale and stand out from the crowd. But at the same time, making friends with everybody else. So let's talk a little bit about that. Why is that? Well, number one, I research the industry I'm doing or the job I'm doing extensively. I turn myself into a learning. I'm always have the student mentality. Always turn yourself into a teaching machine. And with the internet these days, it's very easy to find great material. Now, not everything is completely 100% right, because anybody can write anything. So make sure you're getting from a good source, people who have what you want, who have been where you are. I'll give you a good example. I used to work as a recruiter, and I didn't know anything about recruiting going in, but all of a sudden, as soon as I got in, I was starting to read books, hardcover books. I'd read blogs all the time, and audios and YouTube videos, all 4 of those things simultaneously. Now, I would make sure that, at the end of the day, every day, I would read a blog post, something new on my topic or something new. And it was really good to stay up to date, to be one step ahead of everybody else. And at the same time, I'd be reading a hardcover at home just for fun reading. Used to, go to a coffee shop. But one of the biggest things is also audios and videos. When I was on the subway, when I would be on the train, when I'd be doing public transportation, which is big in Japan, I'd always be watching videos or learning in some way. This is how I actually got good at Japanese. I never just stood around and listened to music. I did it when I was in the mood, in a mood and I need a little pick-me-up, but I'd always have a stack full of cards with Japanese terms, and I'd be studying on the train. I'd get 2 hours a day just studying that way. That's how I got good so quick. And the same thing with recruiting. I started listening to audios, podcast audios about, how to do all this stuff, how to source clients, how to source candidates, how to basically, what things you should be looking for every day. So that's a big one. Turn yourself into a mobile library. Okay, and the same thing I do in my car all the time. Usually when I actually shut this off is basically I go right into audios on business, self-improvement, marketing, something that I'm doing right now. It's always very good and very key. Let's see how I'm doing on time. And, okay, so that's number one, is start researching extensively. The second thing is, you gotta pack the pipeline. You have to start hitting numbers. A lot of people will, and I remember this because, I'll give an example of cold calling. You have to hit certain numbers. Whenever it comes to sales or whatever business you do, it's a numbers game, right? If you start talking to 100 people or 100 phone calls or approach 100 people, say you're a car salesman, you approach 100 people on the lot, one of them's gonna be interested, or one of them's gonna buy. It's all a numbers game. So that's another thing, is I hit like a firecracker, and you push, pedal to the metal. You start doing massive and immediate action. Okay, start getting big numbers, right? Do if you're making cold calls, do 100 cold calls that day. See how many connect, and make sure to keep score. Know the numbers that what you're doing, what's working and what's not working. Okay, you do 100 phone calls, use cold calling for example. 100 phone calls, which one's connected, what time, right? which ones got through, which ones made the sale. Okay, know those numbers. You got to know the numbers. Okay, and the best way you can do is with the 6 honest servicing. What, when, and where, who, how, and why. Now, what does that mean? What, when, and where, and who are factual. Who did you connect with? What time was it? Okay, when was it? Like all, you know, like where did you connect to? All those things, you got to know the parameters. And the other thing is how and why is based on your opinion. You know, how did I get this sale? Why did I get this sale? Right? What did I do wrong? How did I do wrong? Why did I do, like, you know, always be asking this question so you can course correct and you get better and better and better. And then your closing rate or closing percentage will always be higher. So those are 2 big tips I want to leave you with today to get a head start. Well, actually, let me leave you with a third one. Be enthusiastic. When you get in there, start the right way. Okay, you only get one chance at a first impression, right? And for that first, you know, month or 2 you're starting a new job, that's the biggest first impression. So you should be, you know, really standing out as a hard worker. Once you start getting your sales, like, you know, it's really hard to maintain that. You don't want to burn yourself out, but keep that going, okay? Keep it going, you know, and you're going to stand out from the crowd. You know, you can start to eat back a little bit as sales start rolling in, but don't be the guy that leaves before 5, who lollygags, everything like that. You want to stand out as a hard worker, but also honest and have an ethical and a good reputation. So I guess like 3 things I want to leave you with. I know I keep changing it. Number 1, always be learning. Get a student mentality. Learn as much as you can about your industry you're going to. There's tons of information out there. Second thing is start hitting the numbers, doing massive amounts, right? And seeing what connects. That's another big thing. You know, a really big reason I made sales was because other people were doing like 20 or 30 phone calls. I'd hit 100 phone calls every single day. And 20 or 30 phone calls was, you know, they would take minutes in between each phone call. They'd get a coffee. It's okay to take breaks here and there, but just rapid fire, man. Just keep hammering it. And then the third thing, basically, you got to go in with that mindset, the right mental attitude, right? It's a balance between, you know, if you use like, you know, personality and everything, feel like you already are doing well at the job. Act as if you've been there for already 5 years, you kind of know what you're doing, but also have that attitude of just being a little more carefree. Okay, it's a good balance to have. Be friendly with everybody else, smile, be a good first impression, you know, shake hands the right way. Always introduce yourself. There's a lot of people that start a new job, they don't introduce themselves. They just kind of wait for other people to introduce them. That really, you know, makes a gap, guys. And don't introduce yourself with an agenda. Just introduce yourself just to be friendly, be a nice person, okay? All right, I hope that was helpful. I'll catch you guys in the next time. Talk to you later. It's raining on a Wednesday. It's like the, you know, 3rd day of spring, so perfect. It's gonna be a great spring. Talk to you guys later. Peace.